Danny Segura for MMA Junkie here in South Florida, standing next to Taylor Guardado, who is just 4 weeks away from fighting for $1 million at the PFL 2021 Championship Finals. First of all, how does that feel? Is it kind of surreal that like you're literally just one fight away from $1 million?
Yeah, I mean it's very surreal. It's hard to think about honestly until it happens. But right now I'm focused on the fight. I know it's a cliche answer, but I'm very focused on my fight and my opponent right now.
Yeah. And this whole journey has been very interesting for you. Can you talk about like from start to finish? Because obviously a little bit unexpected, but here you are. I mean, you've persevered and you find yourself, the top two in the tournament.
Yeah, Ray Sefo, I remember hitting me up before the tournament started, before the season started, excuse me, asking me if I could make 155, and I was like, I weigh 155, and he was like, okay, well, do you want to be a last-minute replacement in this tournament? And I stepped up and I did it, and I feel myself getting better each fight. This last fight was a little off for me, but I mean, I know what I'm capable of, and I know what I'm going to bring to the table on this next one.
Yeah. Yeah, and something interesting. You're kind of learning as you go, right? Like you're what 3 fights into your professional career. Um, how much have you changed during fights? Because obviously at a very early stages, I'm sure the leaps are pretty big. Are we gonna expect a completely different Taylor Guardado compared to the previous fight?
I don't think you'll expect an, a different one, but I think you should expect a better one, like the best version of me that you'll be able to see.
Certainly, and obviously Kayla Harrison, the face of PFL, huge name. This is the main event bout as well. I mean, a lot of attention coming your way. How has it been dealing with that so early in your career? Usually, somebody that's this early in their career doesn't deal with all this media and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's kind of cool, honestly. I liked having PFL out at my house to film me, my husband, and my son. They came to our gym. They filmed Extreme Couture, the coaches, all that stuff. It's kind of a nice little like reminder of where I'm at,
Yeah.
and it's good for me to be like, okay, I am really here, and here's the visual aids to see that you are really here and you are really doing this. Now you just got to accomplish what you're set out to do.
And I don't know what the odds are, but usually every single Kayla Harrison fight, they're pretty lopsided, obviously favoring her. Um, how is that processing like that information? Do you have to sort of put the critics aside and just the odds makers and all the things said online?
Yeah, I actually have never looked at the odds before a fight. I know that I'm a huge underdog with this one, which is fine. That's not a big deal. I've actually gone into every fight thinking I'm the underdog, and then usually my coach will tell me afterwards, "Hey, you weren't the underdog for this one." So I was like, "Oh, that's pretty cool." But I think having that underdog mentality and being the underdog makes you a little more gritty, a little more ready to go.
Yeah. And styles wise, Kayla Harrison, a puzzle that people haven't been able to figure out yet. In your mind, how do you get it done? What are the keys to victory? What do you think her weakness is if she hasn't?
If she has a weakness, it's her stand up. But overall, she's getting more well rounded with each fight. But just most people have a hard time stopping her hips and not using their own heavy hips, and they get really starstruck when they get in there with her. A lot of women that have fought her just get in there and kind of freeze up and forget their own game plans. And I don't plan on that happening.
And over at Extreme Couture, I mean, they've built champions. They're as seasoned as it gets as far as the fight game goes. What are they telling you, not only specifically for the fight, but about just dealing with the moment?
Oh man, they are pushing me harder than I've ever been pushed in my life. But they like to remind me that I'm here for a reason, and I'm grateful for them.
All right, a final word for your fans out there and the people tuning in on October 27th at the PFL Championships.
Thank you to those who support me, and thank you to those who leave terrible messages on my Instagram because those are fun to laugh at.
How bad is it?
Oh my gosh, there's some that are telling me I'm just gonna get smashed and I'm gonna look like an idiot and stuff like that. And I literally just screenshot it and send it to my friends, so everyone's laughing at you. So
I know we're kind of just ending the interview, but like, let me just follow up on that. Like, why do you think people need to go and do that? Because one thing's believing that maybe you're not gonna, succeed or whatever. Another thing's to go out of your way and sending, pretty hateful messages, right?
I think it's because they know that they could never do this. They could never step up and have the drive and the work ethic to do something like this. So they're jealous and they're embarrassed of their own lives. I'm not entirely sure. Like I've never been in that position, so can't really say. But it's a dumb look. Like it looks dumb. Don't do it.
Yeah, don't do it. All right, Taylor, appreciate the time. Best of luck at the PFL Championship Finals.
Thank you.